Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to present you a genre of television shows that have been around for a long time and has now become very common amongst television shows and movies, and that is mockumentary.
Yes, mockumentary is a combination of the word mock and documentary. It is a genre of movie and television show that presents fictional events in a documentary style, where parody is created around the reality.
Mockumentary is a form of satire. It turns a serious documentary into a comedy. It often makes fun of several issues such as celebrities, music, books, politicians, and movies.
It can both be dramatic or comedic forms, but comedic mockumentaries tend to be more common.
Mockumentaries began emerging in the 1950s in British television program Panorama in 1957, where it was made as an April Fool's joke. The BBC had fooled her nation that year when broadcasting a mockumentary about spaghetti crops in Switzerland. It showed a woman carefully plucking strands of spaghetti from a tree and laying them in the sun to dry. This is believed to be one of the first time the medium of television has been used to stage an April Fool's Day hoax.
It isn't only in Britain that spring this year has taken everyone by surprise. Here, in the Ticino, on the borders of Switzerland and Italy, the slopes overlooking Lake Lugano have already burst into flower, at least a fortnight earlier than usual. But what, you may ask, has the early and welcome arrival of bees and blossom to do with food? Well, it's simply that the past winter, one of the mildest in living memory, has had its effect in other ways as well. Most important of all, it's resulted in an exceptionally heavy spaghetti crop. The last 2 weeks of March are an anxious time for the spaghetti farmer. There's always the chance of a late frost, which, while not entirely ruining the crop, generally impairs the flavor and makes it difficult for him to obtain top prices in world markets. But now these dangers are over, and the spaghetti harvest goes forward. Spaghetti cultivation here in Switzerland is not, of course, carried out on anything like the tremendous scale of the Italian industry. Many of you, I'm sure, will have seen pictures of the vast spaghetti plantations in the Po Valley. For the Swiss, however, it tends to be more of a family affair. Another reason why this may be a bumper year lies in the virtual disappearance of the spaghetti weevil, the tiny creature whose depredations have caused much concern in the past. After picking, the spaghetti is laid out to dry in the warm alpine sun. Many people are often puzzled by the fact that spaghetti is produced at such uniform length. But this is the result of many years of patient endeavor by plant breeders who've succeeded in producing the perfect spaghetti. And now the harvest is marked by a traditional meal. Toasts to the new crop are drunk in these poccolinos, and then the waiters enter bearing the ceremonial dish. And it is, of course, spaghetti, picked earlier in the day, dried in the sun, and so brought fresh from garden to table at the very peak of condition. For those who love this dish, there's nothing like real homegrown spaghetti.
Then the early mockumentary in America were made in movie forms around 1980s, and around the year of 2000s onward, mockumentary in a form of sitcom emerged, and they were even more successful. For the star of the mockumentary are made to look like a real documentary, which often feature interview and hidden camera style shots. It uses an unscripted style of acting, where actors are partly improvised. This makes it more realistic to the show, and humor often arises from incidental bites. It rarely has laugh track in it like other sitcoms, but it has wacky music strings, reaction shots, and other things designed to assure us that it's okay when asked to laugh.
For the purpose of mockumentary, there's an intentional message to share with the audiences beside the entertaining. Mockumentaries are usually used as medium to take some social comments or to reflect the parody of the modern culture. By having a factual information in a documentary style, it's become believable and relatable to the audiences. Mockumentaries often use exaggerated stereotypes to mock the way some people view and interact with the world. Many of the major parts of modern cultures were mocked and criticized as well. And today we are going to introduce you all the 5 famous television programs, and those are The Office, Park and Recreation, Arrested Development, Modern Family, and Death Valley.
Over the past decades, the genre of mockumentary has exploded in popularity. Different formats have been used to popularize the genres and make it more accessible to a larger population. One of the first major breakthroughs in the United States was the American version of the award-winning show The Office. It is an adaptation of BBC series of the same names. The series depicts the everyday life of office employees as a paper company Dunder Mifflins in a Scranton branch, Pennsylvania. It is a show of satire on a group of typical white-collar at the office, where their workday consists of ego clash, inappropriate behavior, and rawness. The Office was one of the first mockumentaries to be featured as a regularly scheduled television show. It used a single camera setup and showed the presence of the camera. There is no studio audience nor the laugh track. The series firstly appeared to low ratings, but during its second season, it's become the highest rated scripted series on NBC and has even influenced into mockumentary television shows such as Park and Recreation and Modern Family. Because of its wide success, The Office is the testament both to continued popularity of the genre, as well as the genre commitment to change and progressive filmmaking. For the characters, The Office employs an ensemble cast. Many characters portrayed by The Office cast are based on the British version of the shows. While these characters normally have the same attitude and perception as their British counterparts, the roles have been redesigned to fit better in American shows. To begin with Michael Scott, he is a regional manager, a well-intended man who is so innocent of himself that he thinks he is funny and cool, but in fact, he often ends up offending his peers and he is considered as a rather annoying boss. The next one is Dwayne Schultz. He is a salesman who is well known for his lack of skill and common sense. The other one is Jim Halpert. He is also a salesman as Dwayne Schultz, but later he's become a co-manager. He has always had a romantic interest in a child receptionist called Pam Beasley.
Now on DVD, The Office.
I think that pretty much sums it up.
Own the smart, funny series that's a hit with fans and critics alike.
Put my stuff in Jell-O again.
Viciously deadpan.
That's what she said.
Never has a lousy job been so much fun.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a woman I was talking to.
With Golden Globe winner Steve Carell as the boss who doesn't know the meaning of inappropriate.
No captain, no signs of life down here. Just a wet blanket named Pam.
Petty behavior. Zero productivity.
Right. Oh, this is so important. I should run to answer it.
All in a day's work.
Did you get your tickets? To what? The gun show?
The Office on DVD. Season 1 and 2 available now. Season 3 coming soon. Tune into The Office Thursdays on NBC.
There are 9 seasons overall. Since its premiere in 2005, The Office has won numerous awards including 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, one of which was the Outstanding Comedy Series in 2006.
Ready?
Let's do it. Drop that sucker.
Bingo! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Deactivate the car alarm, clean up the mess.
Okay.
Find out whose car that is. If it's Stanley's, call the offices of James P. Albini. See if he handles hate crimes.
Got it.
Now the story of a wealthy family who lost everything and the one son who had no choice but to keep them all together. It's Arrested Development.
So the next one is Arrested Development. This series was originally aired on Fox in 2003 for 3 seasons, but it got cancelled in 2006 due to the low ratings and low viewerships. Then Netflix agreed to continue broadcasting the series 5 years later, in 2011. And the 4th season of Arrested Development were released last May with 15 episodes. The story is set in Newport Beach, California, but is actually filmed in Culver City and Marina del Rey. It is presented in a continuous format, incorporating handheld camera work, narration, archival photos, and historical footage. This sitcom is pretty much about the Bluth family, or we could just call them a riches to rags family. Well, this dysfunctional family is the founder and the CEO of the Bluth company that deals with the real estate development. It is the life of Michael Bluth that changes when he's the one who's left to take care of his family when his father, George Bluth, got arrested by the Security and Exchange Commission for spending the company's money on personal expenses. Michael Bluth is a widow single father who has a teenage son, George Michael. After his father is arrested and the family assets are frozen, it causes a great deal of impacts on this materialistic family, especially on his mother. From the 1st to the 3rd seasons, the series has been focusing pretty much on Michael's life. And as the series is now revived, it is now focusing on other different characters as well. Most of the characters in the series were straight and funny characters. There are lots of one-liners or catchphrases. For example, George Bluth is well known for always touching people, and the one-liner for him is no touching. Some other phrases such as, "Come on," or "I made a huge mistake." There are also parts on Lucille screaming every time she meets Gene, a private investigator she hides, and a guy she seems to love. Gene has a habit of showing up to meet her in disguises, which never fails to delight her. And now it's Buster, the baby of the Bluth family, who always say that he's a monster after he got his left hand bitten off by a seal and replaced it with a hook. There is one liner for him saying that, "I'm a monster." Lastly, we will see that the motto for this Bluth family is family first.
No touching! No touching!
No touching! No touching! No touching!
Up your hair! No touching! No touching! No touching! No touching!
No touching! No touching!
No touching!
Mr. Zuckercorn, you've been warned about touching.
No touching!
Onion.
I mean, you don't have to worry.
Yes, Anyang. Your name's Anyang. We all know you're Anyang. Anyang.
Who's this?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Anyang.
Come on! 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 Oh, come on! Come on! Oh, come on!
Come on.
I've made a huge mistake.
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 I made a huge mistake.
I've 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 made a huge mistake.
You've made a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
I made a huge tiny mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
Private Detective Gene Parmesan. How are you doing?
Gene Parmesan?
Right here.
It's just some idiot with balloons.
Oh, is it? Gene Parmesan, how you doing? Got some bad news. I'm Gene Parmesan. How you doing?
He got me again!
Oh, I never thought I'd miss a hand so much.
My hat is off to you.
And my hand is off to you. Hey, let's all give me a big hand. Can I open a can of soup for you?
Can it open a can?
Just Well, let's see you try to put a button on with this.
I'm a monster! I'm a monster! I'm a monster!
A family? Nothing else matters.
I just think he doesn't understand family.
You gotta put family first.
Family first.
Family first. Well, I guess we should go back. Family sticks together, huh? Don't you always say family first? Family first.
What's more important than family, Michael?
What comes before anything? What have we always said is the most important thing?
Breakfast.
Family.
The show has received many awards such as 6 Primetime Emmy Awards and 1 Golden Globe Award. The Times magazine also listed to be all-time 100 TV shows in 2007. In 2008, the show was ranked the 16th on Entertainment Weekly's New TV Classics list. And in 2011, IGN named it to be the funniest show of all time.
For the next series, it's called Park and Recreations. Park and Recreation is created from successful influence of the series named The Office. It debuted in 2009 as an American comedy television series on the NBC channel, and is still airing its 6th season this year. Before the title of Park and Recreation was chosen, the name Public Service was considered, but it was rejected by the network office because they didn't want to be accused of mocking the ideas. It followed the life of Liz Lagnov, a mid-level blue cat in a park and recreation department of Pawnee in Indiana. She tried to convert an abandoned construction pit into a usable community park. It used a single camera, mockumentary filming style, with the implication that the documentary crew is filming by everyone. The writers researched local California politics for the shows and consulted with urban planners and elected officials. The Les Lagnov, the character, then underwent minor changes after the first season to make her seem more realistic.
Hello, I'm Leslie Knope from the Pawnee, Indiana. No!
From the people who bring you The Office.
I'm sorry, is this a human bone?
Parks and Recreation on DVD.
Let's get started. Ow, sorry.
The Los Angeles Times stamps this show approved.
Are you sweating through your suit?
It's a very breathable fact. Oh, yeah, I am.
It's funny, smart, and fast, declares the Hollywood Reporter.
What do kids like more than a playground? Candy. No. Nothing is better for kids than a playground. And you know how I know? I know because I am a expert at playgrounds.
Starring Primetime Emmy Award nominee Amy Poehler.
Hi.
Good evening, sir.
Rashida Jones.
This is my evening. I'm Leslie's trophy wife.
And Aziz Ansari.
I found a dirty bra.
Put it down, tongue.
Parks and Recreation Season 1.
I thought the slide was too fast, so I put in speed bumps. Ow.
The writing staff tried to incorporate current events into their episodes, such as a government shutdown in Pawnee, which inspired by the real-life global financial crisis. Several guest stars have been featured in the shows, and these characters often appear in multiple episodes. The show has received many awards and nominations, including Primetime Emmy Award nominations for Outstanding Comedy Series, and it also won the Television Critics Association Award for Outstanding Achievement in Comedies.
And now is Modern Family. Modern Family is a famous American comedy series that was firstly debuted in 2009 on ABC, and is now airing its 5th season. The series is presented very clearly in a mockumentary style by having a fictional characters talking directly to the cameras, as if it's a documentary on their lives. The series revolves around 3 different but related families whose lives are presented in their own uniquely comedic ways. Jay Pritchett is portrayed as the head of this one big family. In his second marriage, he is married to a gorgeous young Colombian wife, Gloria, and he now lives with her and his stepson, Manny. Jay also has 2 children from his first marriage, Claire and Mitchell. Claire is married to Phil Dunphy, a real estate agent who highly believes in himself as a cool dad. They have 3 teenage children: Haley, the stereotypical silly teenage girl; Alex, the nerdy middle child; and Luke, the offbeat only son who only gets along well with his dad. Mitchell is Jay's son, who is a lawyer that lives with his partner Cameron Tucker. They have adopted a Vietnamese girl from the very beginning of the series named Lily.
The family is one of nature's masterpieces.
Come on, Coach. You gotta take that kid out.
I wanna take him out. How about I take you out?
Honey, they're 0-6. Let's take it down a notch.
This is the story of 3 very unique families.
Oh, this must be her dad.
Her dad? Yeah. No, that's funny. Actually, no, I'm her husband. Don't be fooled by the, Give me a second here.
Jay and Gloria are newlyweds.
I come from a small village, very poor but very, very beautiful. It's the #1 village in North Colombia for all the... What's the word?
Murders.
Yes, the murders.
Phil and Claire have a traditional family.
Dad! What happened? Luke just shot me. They're only plastic BBs.
Buddy, uncool.
That's it? No. The agreement was that if he shoots someone, you shoot him.
He's got a birthday party.
You can shoot him afterwards. He'll be home at 2.
I can't shoot him at 2. I'm showing a house at 2.
What about 3?
No, he's got a soccer game at 3, and then we gotta leave for that dinner thing at 5. 4:15. You could shoot him at 4:15.
Yeah, I guess that works for me.
Shoot Luke.
Sorry, dude. It's on the calendar.
Then there's Mitchell and Cameron.
We just adopted her. We're bringing her home for the first time, huh?
Look at that baby with those cream puffs.
Okay, excuse me, but this baby would have grown up in a crowded orphanage if it wasn't for us, cream puffs. And you know what? No, to all of you who judge. You small-minded, ignorant few. What?
She's got the cream puffs.
Oh.
We would like to pay for everyone's headsets.
And while they're 3 very different families...
Why are you smiling?
What?
Dad, you have got to talk to Mom.
Well, honey, your mom isn't always as cool about things as... What is with this thing? Ow!
Count to 3. 1, 2. Okay. What the hell is that? Is that us with wings?
We're floating above her, always there to protect her.
Okay, well that's reassuring, right, Lily? We tore you away from everything you know, but don't worry, things are normal here. Your fathers are floating fairies.
They are all trying to survive one very modern world.
I want to tell Brenda Feldman I love her.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Honey, she's 16.
Oh, it's okay for you to take in order love her?
Hey, watch it.
Sports guy chest bump.
No.
Sports guy chest bump. Oh, sorry.
We're all in this together. Yes, we are. I'm the cool dad. That's my thing.
Come on.
In the episode Halloween, it received mostly positive reviews from critics. It became the most viewed episodes of the series among adults between ages 18 and 49. Later, it became the 2nd highest rated show for the week. This episode received multiple Emmy nominations at 2011 ceremony and won for Best Directing for a Comedy Series.
ABC Wednesday.
I'm trapped in a men's room and all I have on is a Spider-Man suit.
Hot. Who is this?
It's a modern family Halloween, so frighteningly funny.
Check it. I'm a scary black cat.
The only person that costume scares is me.
We can only show you a slice. Because you just might die laughing.
I'm your rock.
No! None of them!
ABC's Modern Family, all new Wednesday, 9/8 Central on ABC. Laugh on.
Now let's hear some criticism and controversies on this Modern Family series. There are many messages behind the series. The important point is that viewers get how the typical American family looks like these days. There are different types of families, such as a family where a homosexual lives together and adopt a child to fulfill the need of being a true family. This series brings out a true identity to show how the society has developed through the past decades. The audiences could get another picture of a melting pot family like Gloria and Jay. Gloria is not the American. Sometimes she has problems communicating with others by mispronouncing things. However, she could more or less blend herself into the American culture and live happily with everyone.
I know that I have an accent, but people understand me just fine.
I thought you said hair rings.
I didn't say herrings, I said herrings. Oh, what about Mirabel's daughter's quinceañera?
I honestly didn't get any of that.
First Manny correcting me, and now you. If I have a problem, I want to know, Jay. What else do I say wrong? What else? And what else?
Just little mispronunciations. Like, for example, last night you said, we live in a dog-eat-dog world.
So?
Well, it's dog-eat-dog world. Well, it's not blessings in disguise. It's blessings in disguise. Carpal tunnel syndrome is not carpool tunnel syndrome.
I have Manny in the carpool and we're going to the dropout. The dropout, where you drop the kids in the school.
She means drop off.
That's what I said. You're going to be a gargoyle and I'm going to be an evil village bruja. A bruja is a witch and a gargoyle is a gargoyle.
She means gargoyle.
That's what I said. Look.
At what?
What do you mean at what? I said look.
I am looking.
I get it. Look sounds like Luke. She's an ugly little fresh bulldog with the tiny ears and the smoochy face. What is so hard to understand? The beavers, they build the dams all over the country so there's no floods. It's the beaverization of the Americas. Really, Manny? Do you want me to learn new English? You want me to say it because you want me to roll my R's?
Come on.
Ruben. Now he needs to drive one of those little like... How do you say in English?
Helicopter.
Did you check your car in the...
Trunk.
Because that's where you found that thing that you thought that you gave me long time ago. The...
Pizza cutter.
You heard how she said that, right?
Yes.
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 Jace.
That's what I said. It's gorgeous in Spanish. El diablo. Mejor que su padre. Vámonos para el colegio. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Privacy en esta casa.
What? What are you talking about?
What's the word? Curse my tongue!
Oh, and one time she says, don't joke or I'll have to give you the Hindenburg maneuver.
Oh, one time she caught me staring off and she goes, "Calm, what's wrong? You look like a deer in headlights."
If you tell her she doesn't have a choice, she'll say, "Don't you give me an old tomato."
Oh, when she's...
Okay, enough! You try speaking in another language. Everybody out of my house!
The series often show that every family has conflicts that everyone has to go through, and those problems can be solved by understanding each other. However, some critics say that the show reinforces gender roles and sexist stereotypes. It is the old-fashioned idea only to cast women's role as stay-at-home moms, while the husband have very successful careers. Women in modern society work and succeed in her jobs just like men do. Above all, this series was considered as one of the series that could reflect the family in the modern days very well. It shows many different aspects about being together as a big family. They may have problems, but they will find a way to end the conflicts with their love and understanding in each other.
Attention, this is the Undead Task Force.
Who the damn kills?
Freeze!
We got a big fat weenie in the car.
Are you joking? 4 bloodmobiles were hijacked within a 10-mile radius of this station.
Vamps. They're kind of like the douchebags of the monster community.
All right, everybody, hands in the air!
You notice anything weird going on? They're not taking blood in. They're taking blood out.
Ow! Seatbelt.
Oh, seatbelt.
Who wants to learn how to kill a zombie?
Could you not shoot people and get all sorts of blood and guts on the floor, okay?
Really? Is your camera guy seriously zooming in on my boobs?
Guys!
They're shooting a porn movie in here.
Looks like we have ourselves a werewolf to apprehend.
Some actor went werewolf on the crew.
It's been a while since I had the chance to tear up some wolf ass.
You kissed your mother with that mouth?
I French kissed my mother with this mouth.
Officer Landry, I have a special assignment for you.
You know those parties Natalie was talking about? Well, they're vampire parties. This guy Rico throws them.
I'm Rico.
Can you imagine what the sex is like?
A couple of weeks ago, we went to a turning party where this girl had all these vamps drain her, and then she turned into a vampire. Jesus. Slut.
We are on high alert tonight. Do you understand me? We're picking up chatter, and the vamps are definitely up to something, and I, for one, am taking no chances.
It's the vamps, man. They unleashed a slice of hell on us.
Ma'am?
Why do you smell like balls? It's okay.
Put that down. You're under arrest. Freeze! Now let's get out there and kill something.
So the last TV show that we're going to present you guys today is called Death Valley. It is a horror black comedy mockumentary television series broadcast on MTV in 2011, and it only has one season of 12 episodes. It follows a special units of police from the Los Angeles Police Department known as the Undead Task Force. The division is formed after monsters such as werewolves, vampires, and zombies are found in the San Fernando Valley, and they are filmed by a camera news crew in a documentary style. We can see clearly that mockumentary, which began in the UK, has spread the influence on the American media, which has been very successful that this mockumentary genre is widely used nowadays.
So now you have seen all the introduction of these 5 American sitcoms that are made in a mockumentary style.
We hope you all enjoy that. Bye!